Welcome back to our how-to series on the Climatiq Excel add-in. Before getting into the details of making calculations within Excel, here are some good-to-know tips to keep in mind. Before we get started, please download the Climatiq Excel demo file that is available on our website. Let's have a look into what some of these fields mean in the demo file by opening the travel road sheet. For example, any field that says optional, it's not essential to fill in this input for the calculation to be successful. Of course, as much additional data as possible is ideal to ensure more accurate outputs. The Climatiq demo file makes it easy to leave an input empty. We just simply write nothing in the cell. However, if you're looking to make a calculation within your own file of data, you can skip over inputs by entering a comma or semicolon on your keyboard. I'll quickly show you how this is done for road travel in your own business data without using Climatiq demo sheet with some fictitious data. You can access the Climatiq travel road formula, select your start and end destination, and if you know no more details about the journey, you can just close off the calculation with a bracket. This will still give us a result, but if we wanted to go back and add more details, we can add, for example, that the car type was small, and that the year of travel was 2024. All other fields are skipped by adding a comma or semicolon, depending on your Excel settings. If you're using your own data, it's important to note that any input that is a word, for example, petrol or small, you need to ensure that these are enclosed in quotation marks. Let's jump back to the Climatiq file. Additionally, to control the level of detail in your output, we can manipulate the ShowDetail field. If we want extensive detail in our output, for example, a direct and indirect emissions breakdown, we can set ShowDetails to true. However, if you're just looking for only the final CO2 equivalent value, you can set ShowDetails to false. If there's something formatted incorrectly in your inputs, there'll always be a clear error message that's displayed within the cell to guide you. For example, in this row, the destination, which is a compulsory field, was left out. It is really important to note that Excel automatically recalculates formulas whenever the file is opened, a new row or column is added, and many other actions. Every recalculation is equivalent to a new API call. So if you'd have 1,000 rows of data, that would result in 1,000 API calls for each of these activities, and therefore drive your API consumption really high up. To avoid overconsumption of your subscribed API calls, you can navigate to the Formula ribbon within Excel, choose Calculation options, and change it from automatic to manual. We also recommend you to copy-paste the values of the calculations into the cells as soon as the calculations are complete. To do this, you should select the cells with the calculation results, copy them, and paste them back into these cells via the Paste Special option and select Values Only. Now that the insider tips are covered, please check out the next videos in this series to learn how to make calculations in each Excel sheet. I'll see you in the next video.